Are you thinking about buying a luxury ski in, ski out property in Deer Valley, and you're specifically looking for something that is new construction and has incredible architecture? Well, I would like to introduce you to Sommet Blanc. This is a brand new development up at Empire Pass, and it is one of the last remaining uh ski in, ski out parcel. This project has taken a little bit of time to get off the ground, but now they are about 60% sold out. So they have 19 remaining. I have someone who is interested in these, so that's why I know all the things about it. Okay, so there are 30 reservation units that have been converted to under contract. So those are gone. There's 49 units total, and there's 19 that remain. There are 6 3 bedrooms available that go from 6.3 to 8.4 million. So again, this project is not for anybody that has less than probably $6.5 million. There are 7 4 bedroom residents available, which are 8.5 million to 10.3 million. There are 5 5 bedroom residences available from 10.3 to 11.7, and there's one penthouse available for 17.6 million. Now, in comparison, there are really no comparables. There are no comparables to Sommet Blanc. The person that I have interested was like, "What are the comparables?" I'm like, "There's no comparables to this. There are absolutely no comparables to this. You're right next to the Montage, and the Montage is an older property. The railings are really small. The windows are really tiny. You have a tiny deck. The railings are really high on the deck, so you can't really see over the railings and see a nice view. This is all like glass floor to ceiling windows, incredibly gorgeous architecture. Tom Kundig is the architect on this, Academy Award winning architect, Smithsonian architect, like very, very famous architect on this project. So as we dive in here, so this is the overview of what the project is going to look like. These are basically, this is the architecture of the project. There are 3 buildings. You have building A, building B, building C. Building A, residence A is going to have, or building A is going to have 15 residences. Building B is going to have 21. Building C is going to have 13, and total of 49 residences. So to give you an idea, this is the Ruby chairlift up at Deer Valley. And over here is going to be the Montage. This road is going to take you up to Guardsman's Pass, which is going to take you to Bonanza Flat, which is open space protected land. So you are at the very tippy top of Empire Pass. You can't go any higher. You're right next to the Montage, and that's basically you're the highest new development up there. It's 8,300 feet in elevation, so 8,300 feet in elevation. So you're up there. This is the best place that you want to be if you want to start your day in the Powder, away from the crowds. You have access to Empire Chair and Ruby Chair. So again, this goes over what they have available. So 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, and the penthouse, and what they have available right here on this slide. It is developed by the Aspen Group, and they have done Deer Valley Lodge. They've done the lodges at Deer Valleys. They've done Silver Baron Lodge. They've done the Waldorf Astoria, Chateau Silver Lake. They've done Hyatt Centric. They've also done the Hilton Grand Vacation Club, and they've done Empire Residences, which would be like a new, sexy, modern development also up at Empire Pass, sort of like an Argent or an Empire One. Olson Kundig is the architect on it again, so Tom Kundig, and it is Deer Valley Resort, right? These are ski in, ski out, luxurious, top of the line, creme de la crop residences at Deer Valley, which is basically the best resort in the world. And if you watch my channel enough and you've watched all the other videos, you basically should be very well educated with what's going on with the expansion of Deer Valley, the whole new Mayflower side of things, and everything they're added. And if not, you can go check out some of the videos on my channel after this video. So this gives you an overall idea of where Sommet Blanc is located. It is right here. Again, this is the Montage. Here's Empire Express. Here's the Ruby Express. So this is all of kind of like the topography of Empire Pass. You have Northside Express here. This is kind of like the condo cavern, I like to call it. You have Silver Lake Express. You also have Quincy Express over there. This gives you an overview of what it looks like. So we'll zoom in a little bit more for you guys. So again, the montage is over here, and this gives you an overview of Sommet Blanc, the montage. You've got the Ruby Express chairlift. And not to mention, you have all the amenities and access to all the amenities at the montage. So you have the montage spa, you have Deer Valley fireside dining, which apparently is very expensive, but totally worth it. This gives you kind of a top view of what everything's going to look like. And these are the floor plans. So something that is very unique about all these floor plans is that the bedrooms all face towards the road that's going to that takes you to Guardsman's Pass. And everything else, like the living space, the kitchen, dining, living, is all facing slope side. So they did that in every single building. So you're not going to have like a residence here and then another residence on the inside. No, your residence takes up the whole floor plate of the floor. And they did something interesting with these elevator shafts. So it's a very private elevator to get to your residence. It's just you and your neighbor, and that's it. This gives you a little overview. There's the pool, there's the Ruby Express. So as you can see, all of these are going to be kitchen, living, facing slope side here. And then the bedrooms are all going to be facing on the back side there. This project is absolutely insane. I went up here and it was gorgeous. It was great to get the whole scoop. So if you are somebody that is interested in this, then what you need to do is you need to reach out to me, and then I need to book a Zoom call with Sean. And if you are like super serious about it, like there's only 19 residences that remain. And we can get you additional information of questions that were not answered from this video to help you if this is really something that you might want to do. And for people who want to know what the cost is, I did a comparison breakdown between Founders Place and Sommet Blanc, because the guy that I have is interested in Founders Place, Sommet Blanc. He really wants a Stein Eriksen residences, but there's no Stein Eriksen residence available at the moment. And there's also 5 other people that want a Stein Eriksen residence. So when one hits the market, there will likely be multiple offers on those. And those are, the last one sold for like $12 million. So Sommet Blanc would be something that would be comparable to Stein Eriksen residences, really high end, really, really high end. So this is going to be the lobby. So as you can see, you're looking right out slope side. I mean, absolutely gorgeous floor to ceiling windows. This is the pool area. And then building A level 1. So there is kind of like a subterranean portion where they've got like the bowling alley down there so you don't hear it. So it doesn't cause a disturbance. And there's like the parking garage, then there's kind of like the amenities, and then the residences actually start. And this is sort of like a mood board of what it's going to look like on the inside. This is the gym. And then, so building it, here's the basement, right? So you've got a bowling room right here, bowling alley room, bathrooms down here. This is going to be an arcade. So it's kind of like the kids center. Shuffleboard, bowling and games. There's the bowling alley. There's the bowling alley. So pretty neat. It's kind of inspired by the shed at Promontory, if you're familiar with that at all. Okay. Building B level 1. So we've got the ski lounge. We've got the ski lounge bar. You've got the more ski lounge over here. There's going to be a business center. They kind of decided to do an executive center because the people that have been buying here either run companies or own companies, so they can do business retreats here if they wanted to. You've also got a ski locker room. So every owner will have a ski locker. And there's also ski valet. And they'll walk right out this door and put your skis right on the snow for you. Here's sort of another mood board of everything that's going on. This is the kids center. And this is the ski locker room and ski valet. One thing that's really nice is they like customized these lockers. I mean, these lockers are fancy, guys, so that the air intake is actually, so it will never smell like an NFL locker room. They did something special with kind of like the airflow and the air intake so that it's always kind of like bringing fresh air in from the outside so that the locker room doesn't stink, which, hello, attention to detail, right? There's going to also be a couple of golf simulators. There's a lounge. There's another skier's lounge. Oh, and this is the Speakeasy Owners Lounge. Very moody. And then here's the golf simulator for summertime, for winter. There's kind of the restaurants and the bowling alley. Every residence is going to have its own parking spot along with a storage unit and an electric vehicle charger. These storage units are quite big, and you could actually have them decked out if you wanted to. You could put in shelves, cabinets, whatever you want to do. I guess there's a guy who apparently does this for people, and there was sort of a similar thing going on at Empire Residences, and people would hire the same guy and they'd basically come in and deck out the storage unit, like going in and kind of fancying up the garage. Another thing that's kind of cool about this Sommet Blanc is that there is a Talisker membership um, available, and it's optional if you would like one. That would give you access to Tuhey, to the Tower Lodge, and then to Courchevel on Main Street. And Talisker Club is about a $200,000 one-time annual membership, but then you also have like your club dues every month and probably the HOA dues for that. So these residents come in two palettes. It comes in air and it comes in earth. So earth is a little bit darker, air is the lighter palette. This is the air palette. This is the earth palette. So you can see the cabinet colors changed. This is earth. That was air. So as you can see, floor to ceiling windows. Now, something that's really cool about this is if you're like, oh, like sometimes with new construction, you're always like, well, what am I buying? How close is my neighbor going to be? Where am I? They have like this whole presentation. If you're like, I really like this residence that is available, Sean has this presentation where you can actually fly into the building and 3D view it and walk around as if you're standing in the building that's not even built yet. So you can kind of get a feel like, oh, actually, like I am not going to see my neighbors at all. Okay, that's my view. And I will tell you right now that pretty much all of these residences are going to have an absolute killer view, even if you are on the ground floor or floor one. As you can see from up there, look at that. Look at that view. Isn't that amazing? Incredible. And then this, I believe, is one of the penthouses. You get a lot of outdoor space here. Again, one of the penthouses, a lot of outdoor living space. One thing that's cool is they've really done a fabulous job of, so you can kind of see like 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get an idea of the buildings, the floors, where you're at. This is everything that is left and that has sold. So as you can see, this remains, this remains, this remains. So everything in light blue remains. So the penthouse is still available. This remains, this remains. In building B, you've got this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 remain in building A, 6 remain in building B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 also remain in building C. So there, some of these units are amazing. Like this isn't like the leftover, like, oh, why did nobody choose those? It was just people at the 11th hour decided not to do it. And then some people were like, oh, that guy dropped out. Like I'm going to actually upgrade to the penthouse. So that's why some of these became available, and they are some seriously amazing residences. This is going to be completed in 2026. So they've kind of like excavated a little bit, but there isn't a lot of infrastructure that has gone up yet. I'm guessing they'll really start moving on this in the springtime. And then the rest of this just gives you an idea of what's available, what's left, where they are, where it is in the building, what floor it's on. So this is an incredible tool to have, this whole booklet. So if you are interested in Sommet Blanc, text me, email me, and I would love to send you this booklet. And if you're somebody who's really interested, I always highly recommend that you sit down with me and then one of the developer agents, and they go through this whole presentation with you to really get down to the nitty gritty and answer any questions that you might have. If you're a person that has a really super high level of interest, again, I sat down with Sean and he spent like an hour going over this with me, and it was honestly very impressive. It's a beautiful project. I'm very excited to talk about it. As you can see, I wanted to bring it to my YouTube channel to share with people because a lot of people don't know that this is existing and until they go ski Deer Valley and then they're like, "Hey, what's that?" And it is a very expensive project. So it is, out of probably a majority of people's price points, but I'll tell you what, this type of buyer that is buying this, you know, it they are very high in demand and they are selling fast. Like Founders Place, there's only 2 left, I want to say, in Founders Place. Um so for what it takes to actually get into this, I'll let you know what it actually is. So, okay. So just in terms of like comparison, right? So Founders Place, which I've done a video on if you're interested in what Founders Place is. Founders Place is located on the other side. It's Deercrest. So it's by the St. Regis, okay? And Deercrest is a gated community. So Founders Place, you're about $12 per square foot for the HOA, which is $35,568 per year. There is a transfer fee of 0.5% of the purchase price, a Deercrest master HOA of $2,700. You have a minimum of one night rental, and they are currently under construction, will be completed in 2025. And then they're also going to have a phase 3 coming out, but it's not going to be coming out for a little while. So for and the earnest money would be $100,000 due in 3 calendar days. You get 14 days due diligence, and then you need a second deposit. So basically you're 20% in on Founders Place. And the 80% that's remaining is due at settlement. Now for Sommet Blanc. Okay, so for Sommet Blanc, you are $15 per square foot, so it's more expensive, $48,000 a year. Empire Pass has a buyer transfer fee of 1% of the purchase price. Empire Pass Master HOA is $2,153 annually. Minimum for nightly rentals in Summit Blanc is going to be 4 days. Your earnest money deposit is $250,000. You have a 14-day due diligence. The second deposit needs to be 30% of the purchase price. So the remaining balance will be due at settlement. And again, both of these projects up here, if you're looking at new construction and a project like this or anything at the Mayflower, like the Grand Hyatt or any new construction project, these developers are all going to have their own REPC and their own rules and their own timelines. So as you can see, Founders Place is $100,000 earnest money deposit. Summit Blanc is $250,000. You're 30% in. Founders Place, you're 20% in. So all of these new development areas are all completely different. So there's not just kind of like oh, it's going to be like this. It's like, no, like if you're really interested in something, you have to reach out to me. You have to let me know what you're interested in because I need to get that developer's REPC that so that I can go through it and pull out the meat of it to let you know, or to reach out to them, the developer agents, to get their process on how things are going to work. Now, I also like to remind people that buying new construction is not necessarily like you're going to get a deal and be able to negotiate. The prices are kind of what they are. And if you're somebody who wants to have a lower price for something, then why in the world would you ever be looking at new development? You need to be looking at a resale that has been sitting on the market for way too long. That is where you'll get your deal. There's really nothing cheap in Park City. It's a very strong and stable place to park your money. And these are going to be, you do not have to rent out your residence if you don't want to at Sommet Blanc. But if you do, they would prefer you to use Deer Valley Lodging. They would prefer you to go through Deer Valley, the resort, to keep Sommet Blanc on brand with Deer Valley. And by the way, Deer Valley Lodging, the properties that are managed by Deer Valley are managed so incredibly well, you guys. I don't know why you wouldn't ever want to have if you bought in Deer Valley, I don't know why you wouldn't want your property managed by Deer Valley. It is an absolute no-brainer. I believe they take 30% or 35%, and they give 70% to the info on that too. Again, I've got a whole question and answer sheet about this. I can send you the brochure that I just went through. If this is something that you're really interested in, reach out to me because there's not a lot remaining. And you guys, I know that the numbers sound crazy expensive, but at the end of the day, like Empire Pass is the crown jewel of Deer Valley. It is absolutely amazing. You're getting your day started before anybody else, and the prices up there are really going up. And that's going to be one of the areas of Deer Valley where you're really going to get new construction, more contemporary, because there's a lot of projects in Deer Valley that are older. They're dated, they need some work. But hey, my name is Nicole Bowdle. I'm a local real estate agent in Park City, Utah. I have lived in Park City for 37 years. So if you are interested about buying or selling real estate in Park City, Utah, then please reach out to me. My information is always dropped down in the description link down below.